Here at ThreatConnect, we feel passionately about supporting community initiatives to better collaborate with inside the threat intelligence space. In order to achieve this goal, we built a number of integrations with platforms such as MISP. MISP is an open source tool which enables organizations to selectively share intelligence with like-minded peers. From an import perspective, ThreatConnect can pull data from select organizations and communities on an ongoing basis. This data is structured into ThreatConnect's data model, which enables you then to perform more advanced investigations. I'm actually going to open up one of these MISP events to view it in more detail. Now, as part of our MISP import capability, I mentioned the fact that data is automatically mapped into ThreatConnect's data model. When we store information in tags and within attributes, it makes it searchable and actionable inside the ThreatConnect platform. In addition, we also have the MISP attributes being created as indicators. And what we'll see later on is that you can enrich those indicators and also correlate them against any other intelligence feeds that might be reporting those individual IOCs. So let's start with a tactical type investigation using our MISP data. So maybe we want to take this disclosed event and we want to compare the technique coverage with historical incidents that we've been aggregating into ThreatConnect. So this is a real value add type use case. ThreatConnect customers often pull in data from their ticketing systems and from their SIEM tools, and we can document those as incidents within our data model. We can then compare that internal information against external events to see if there's commonality or perhaps new techniques that we should be concerned about. To do this, I can use my Visualize in Attack feature. This is going to represent the MISP data now in a traditional enterprise matrix view. I have the ability to do the overlay with my historical incidents that I've already pre-aggregated into ThreatConnect. All I have to do is filter down on that incident level. And I can select which incidents I actually want to compare against. Many customers prefer a more traditional heat map view, and you'll see now that there are certain techniques where we're seeing high coverage for. So if we were to take the persistence tactic and look at web shell as a technique, you'll notice that this is not only seen in the MISP event that we've ingested, but also in 3 of the previous incidents. This will help drive internal discussions about, do we have appropriate detection content for this type of technique? Do we have appropriate controls internally? It's also a useful input for red team and threat hunting stakeholders who want to scope their activities based on real-world techniques that might be used against the organization. Where else might we want to take this story? So perhaps we want to create our own intelligence, our own reports based on the event data that we've ingested from MISP. To do that, we can actually navigate to the Create Custom Report feature. The value of this feature is you taking external intelligence, adding your own insights and context on top of that, and then distributing it out to the relevant stakeholder groups. So the MISP event that we were reviewing from Circle was actually related to a VMware vulnerability. You'll notice that I've already started to customize my report. I have a company confidential statement, and I've embedded my own logo. In addition, we have a free text option where we can add our own analyst notes, and you can then again use branding guidelines based on fonts and color schemes that are related to your enterprise. Now, on the right-hand side, we have an add section option, and this enables us to reference data directly from the MISP event that we've ingested. So as a starting point, maybe I want to summarize all of the tags that we found inside that MISP event. I can actually select just the tag data, which includes all of the MITRE information, and I can add that as an option in my report. The same is true for the attribute data. So we noticed earlier on the threat level. So this is predetermined by the person that publishes the MISP event. And because it's an attribute inside ThreatConnect now, we can use that in our report. If we navigate back to the main dashboard view, I'm now going to look at my MISP data from a more operational level. And then understand what activities we could do with that operational intelligence, I'm now taken to an indicators details page inside ThreatConnect. And here we try to provide you a master fidelity score based on all the references we have for this file hash. So you'll notice the drop down here not only says that MISP Circle have reported this IOC, but there are a range of other feeds inside your instance that know something about this particular indicator. Further to this, ThreatConnect has an enrichment layer. And the enrichment layer is enabling you to plug in standardized vendors such as VirusTotal, Shodan, and URL Scan. If you wish to, you can actually do a similar exploration activity using our graph view. And again, this is going to enable you to not only do the enrichment that I just described, but also look for relationships across your intelligence. So you'll notice that there's a pivot option inside ThreatConnect where we can say, is this file hash linked in any other way to group objects where our strategical and tactical intelligence lives? So if I was to pivot on groups, and if I open up the key on the left-hand side, you'll see that we have the original MISP event, and we also have two reports that are linked to the file hash in question. ThreatConnect is an operational platform. So as well as doing enrichment and looking for second-level relationships, we do have a playbook automation layer, and this really differentiates us from the market. If I was to select Run Playbook, I have a number of pre-built playbooks in my instance. This enables me to do ad hoc blocking, alerting in platforms such as SIEM or EDR, and I can even do my own hunting queries. The final piece of the MISP integration story with ThreatConnect is how can we contribute back to MISP? And what we mean by this is how do we actually take our own incident data, our own incident response analysis, and then share that selectively with inside maybe the MISP communities that we're members of? Well, it's very simply done because ThreatConnect has that playbook layer. So as an example here, I've created a new event object, and I'm just adding some metadata around an exploitation event that occurred in my environment for a Windows server. As we now navigate back into the MISP platform, you'll see that a new event has been published. And this is based on the data that we had curated and enriched in ThreatConnect. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this has provided you an overview of how ThreatConnect works to enhance the MISP data that you have and also support additional collaboration with communities that you're already a member of.